It's set to become a lot more difficult to sign up for a buy now, pay later account. The federal government wants to regulate the industry to prevent Australians from landing in financial stress. One of the options being considered is performing the same financial checks for credit cards on buy now, pay later users. In the 21-22 financial year, Australians made $16 billion worth of transactions through services such as Afterpay and Zip. That's an increase of 37% on the previous year. Let's go to Canberra now, and joining us live is the Assistant Treasurer and Financial Services Minister, Stephen Jones. Minister, good to see you. So just elaborate on some of these changes that you would like to see made.
Initiating a consultation with industry and consumers over the next month and a half. We've seen a massive growth in buy now, pay later. From a consumer's point of view, they look at this and they think it's just like any other credit product. In fact, one of the good things about buy now, pay later is it's created great competition with the traditional credit cards, but they're not regulated in the same way. In fact, they're not regulated under the National Consumer Credit Act. We want to look at that. We think there's a prima facie case to bring them into the Consumer Credit Act, things like credit checks, things like ensuring that these products are appropriately marketed at the right group of people. I think it's a minimum standard that we can expect, but we're not serving up a cooked meal. We want to have a genuine consultation.
Sure. Buy now, pay later. I mean, it took off during COVID, but then there was such an oversaturation of businesses doing it that many of them struggled. And I'm just looking at Zip here. Its share price crashed. Do you think the industry truly has legs?
Look, I do. A few years back, we had a couple of operators. We've now got over 20. A lot of the major banks have got into this as well because they can see a new form of credit that they don't want to be excluded from.
Yeah.
The cost of, interest rates going up has put cost pressures on some of these very marginal businesses. I think there'll be a shakeout, but I think there'll be something still standing there at the end of the shakeout. It should be appropriately regulated.
Okay, so when do you expect that all to be finished by?
Oh, look, not putting a firm date on it. I'll take the results of the consultation home for my Christmas reading, but I'd be surprised if we're still talking about whether we're going to do this at this time next year. We want to ensure that throughout the course of next year, whatever changes need to be put in place, we put in place.